Welcome back and to the final part of my favourite Southampton home kits of the last 40 years. My top 5 is coming your way. Well, in at 5, and it could have been a little bit higher for me, but there is 4 that are better than this for me in the last 40 years. But this kit was worn in the 93-94 season and the 94-95 season. It was when I started to watch Southampton a fair bit as a young boy. The player it reminds me of mostly is Meticulously. The 93-94 season, halfway through that on the 10th of January 1994, Ian Bramford was sacked as the Southampton manager. We had just 5 wins from a total of 24 matches before an ex-Southampton legend, Alan Ball, took over, which saw a really good period and probably the best period of Matthew Letizier's career, and he wore this kit. He made an instant impact, did Alan Ball. He led us to 3 wins out of the next 4 matches when he came in as the manager, and he led us to safety in the Premier League. And the next season, we were 10th. And get this, Matt Letizier in that season under Alan Ball, that second season, scored 29 goals from midfield. And I love this goalkeeping kit that was worn by Bruce Grobbler, who signed for Southampton on a free from Liverpool. But this home kit with the big V through it, it's famous. And if there's ever a remake that I love to see the club make, it is a remake of this kit that was made by Pony. Adidas make top football kits, and in at number 4 is this kit worn by Adidas in the 2015-16 season. It was a successful time for Southampton, and this shirt and kit reminds me of a player that was really well liked at the football club and a top centre half, and that was Joseph Fonte, club captain, but it reminds me of him mostly. And Sadio Mane that season scored 11 goals for Southampton under Ronald Koeman, but it's in at 4, just sneaks outside the top 3. Well, Hummel made great football kits as well. This one comes in at 3. It's the Hummel Draper Tools kit. The original half and half. It's the same as the kit that Southampton have been using in this season. This is the original. It's the best. It's far better than the current one, in my opinion. It was worn for 2 seasons, 1987, 88, and 1988 and 1989. The player it reminds me of mostly is Francis Bernali, a Southampton legend. I did own one of these as a young boy, and I much prefer the original over the current one. What are your thoughts on that? Well, in its second place is this beauty made by Umbro, and it has to be in the top 2 for me. It was worn in one of my favourite seasons as a Southampton fan, the 2011-2012 season, and the player that this kit reminds me of mostly is Ricky Lambert, who helped fire Southampton back to the Premier League from the N-Power Championship. Southampton finished the season on 88 points, just a point behind the season's winner that year, which was Reading. Ricky Lambert, wearing this Southampton kit, scored a whopping 31 goals, which fired the Saints back to the Premier League. And in first place is this kit made by Admiral. It was worn by Southampton in 1991-92 and the 92-93 season. Ian Bramford was the manager in both of the seasons that we wore this kit, and the player it reminds me of mostly is Alan Shearer. One of my first ever Southampton shirts as a young boy, and that's another reason it's probably at the top of my list. But the traditional red and white stripes with the black pin in it as well, the Draper Tools logo, the round Southampton badge crest with the beautiful collar, the button in the middle and the black trim on it. It is without question my favourite shirt of the last 40 years, home shirt that is. I absolutely love this one, and it is, to me, it says everything that is Southampton. It is red and white stripes, and that is what Southampton should wear, in my opinion. What is your thoughts on that one? And what are your thoughts on my 10 favourite Southampton home kits of the last 40 years? What have I missed out? But what have I included that you wouldn't have included? I want your comments in the box below. Thank you very much for watching my 2-part video special. I hope you've enjoyed it, and give me your comments in that comments box below.